Peace, soul family. I wanted to make a video. I haven't done that in a while. I woke up at 3:03 and I was like, "What the hell?" But I am on the night shift now, the night schedule, and that's the beauty of doing your own thing. Doing your own thing, your own work. Then you can do whatever schedule you need. And I'm just a natural night owl, so it feels so great to be up at night and doing my work, and just like the same stuff I would do during the day. And plus, now with it being dark early, I love it. That means longer nighttime. So I thought I would say something encouraging. I think I'm going to start a new little 9 square series on my Instagram. Anytime Now Let's Think Bigger about more about this book, Astrology for the Soul. Because I read it and I study all the stuff about myself. But I read it when I first got it about my South and North Node. My North Node is in Aries, and my South Node is in Libra. And my South Node is my last life, how I was. I had Libra disposition. That's what I was working on, and what I mastered. So this life, I came here automatically doing that. And my North Node is the exact opposite. So I'm supposed to be doing the exact opposite. And everybody is like that. That's why it's hard to get on the right track, on the right path, or to stop doing things you did before you wanted to do or whatever, because it's so ingrained in you, because that's where you just came from. So now that I've been doing so much work and, shadow work and all these things and really, really being on mission and practicing what I preach and all that, staying away from negativity, I started reading it again. And now reading again, it's almost like the first time I read it, I didn't know what I was reading. I was just reading like, yep. But now I've had a chance to experience some life for, I don't know how many months it's been since I got this. Some months and months. It's like, now rereading it, it's like, oh, and I'm getting more understanding of why certain things are. I know, I just got shocked in my back. I got on. Oh my gosh. Sometimes I was like, why do I get up every day and just keep going and keep doing this? With all these obstacles. And I just be like, well, I guess I'll just, put an extra brick right here. Or I guess I'll just do another this. It's in my mindset, Yeah, I got a TENS unit. I like to kind of have at the hospital. For my back, I have 6 pads on because I got like 2 different inserts, and this one has like 4 pads attached, and this one has 2. I do have it where I can do 8 at once, but they look like oh shit, they look like these. You just stick them on your back. This thing's like has different kind of cycles, and it pulses and continuous and bursts and all kinds of stuff, and you can adjust each side. But it sends all these stimulation pulses like to your back, because my back be hurting like crazy, especially when it's cold outside. When it's cold like this kind of weather, like in the bed at night, I got like 3 heating pads in the bed. I can't have like the room hot, but my body needs to be warm. You can tell that I'm like from a place where it's more warm, because this cold weather is a bitch on your back and your bones. And now that I'm 55, oh my god, I really feel it. Yeah, so I have that on my back right now and a heating pad, giving me some massage. And once I'm finished with that, I'm gonna put this like cream on it. And then when I go downstairs to start working, I got a back brace down there that I put on. And then you see I have like, this is crazy. I have on this brace for my hand because I have like some arthritis in my hand now, and it's like when I really work my hand, it's bad. And I've worked my hand like all my whole life. Like I was a cake decorator, so I did a lot of squeezing of the bags and stuff like that. And I was a nail tech, so I did a lot of nail stuff. I was a computer technician, I was a Geek Squad person at Best Buy, like always clicking the mouse. So when I had that car accident, I ended up, I don't know, I guess my hand hit the steering wheel, some weird shit. I don't know, just made it like worse. So I ended up having to have carpal tunnel surgery. But that's been like, how many years ago was that? 10 years? I don't know, maybe 9 years. I don't know, something like that. It's been like that long. But as a result, my hand will still flare up. And then because I had chemo and radiation, whatever you have wrong with your body, chemo and radiation will like really test it. And it changes it too. So all that to say, when my hand was swelling and acting up, a month ago I went to the doctor, got an MRI, and it's like it'll get this knot on my hand. I'm like, where the hell is this coming from? From overuse. And he's like, you're getting old, and it's just arthritis and whatever. So I'm like, yeah, okay. So he gave me a new brace, and I already got a brace. And so then also from doing so much, then it made me have tendonitis. So I got like the tendonitis brace. Is my elbow rusty? There you go. I got a tendonitis brace. and that helps with tendonitis, because from doing so much and using the mouse and just whatever, it's to the point now where it's like whatever I do, if I do a lot of it, it'll act up, flare up. So I just start out with it on to help me out. And then I try to use my left hand more. And sometimes it is painful to use my left hand. And I don't mean like like it hurts, but like mentally painful. It's like I'll be doing something and then my mind will be like, oh God, use your right hand, and I'll do my right hand. It's like, no, you're gonna use your left hand. But my left hand, I've been using that a lot more too. So I got a tendonitis brace on that one. Because that hand is now being overused because I'm using it more. And then wait a minute. And then I got it wrapped up to my hand because because I feel like Sanford and Son for some reason. All that stuff in the junkyard. But on this side, since I have breast cancer on this side, and the surgeries and all that stuff, and my lymph nodes are removed from under my arm, it causes lymphedema, which is like swollen. Your arm to get swollen. So I have these sleeve things that I wear, sometimes, and I call it my fat arm, my fat hand, So wearing a sleeve sometimes can be too hot, so I can wrap it like this, and the pressure from it will force the fluids up, through my lymphatic system or whatever. So yeah, I'm like, boom, I got this right here. I got boom, I got this right here. The thing on my back. And then, wait, check this out. All right. I got on these compression hose. I really only need it for the left one as much, and then I got on some socks to keep my feet warm. But these help also the circulation, and then when I'm downstairs sitting at my desk, my feet are hanging down, so I need that circulation, or else my legs might get swollen, or my foot, or get that numb, feeling, oh gosh, which I hate. And I put my foot up like on a book sometimes, and I put my foot up on like a little stool. Look, my TV's in the other room. I'm watching Star Trek. But anyway, so I'll put my foot up, because like when I stand and cook a lot, it'll hurt my back. I gotta make sure I have on shoes. So it's like a whole lot of stuff. But I think I don't really think about it as much because, I don't know, it's just coping mechanisms to do whatever you have to do in life. It's like, oh, well, my hand's going to hurt. It hurts, let me put on something. Or my hand is going to hurt, let me do this. I just try to do everything that I can do to feel okay, but also so I don't have to take a lot of medicine. Because I'm prescribed like a lot of medicine, pain medicine and stuff, but I can't be taking all that shit like that. Because then, no, no. And then muscle relaxers make you sleepy, and it's just a whole thing. So I just feel like I just figure out my way as I go. Whatever I have to do, I just do that. And I realize that that's my approach to everything in life. I don't care if it's about, oh, wow, that thing hurt. Even if it's it doesn't matter what it is, determination, and focus brings about a showcase of my strength to my own self. I was so used to always surviving and going through things, all the time, back to back to back. And I felt myself living in survival mode all the time. And so now that things are, smooth and easy and better, even though I'm braced up, from head to toe, it's still better than it was before, And a lot of this is preventative too, to help me while I work. But, and then the more work I do, the more of this I have to do and feel. You just do what you got to do. I have everything I need, to do it. So I said all of that to say, when you learn your birth chart, your natal chart, and your life path. I have a life path. I'm a life path 33. So that means everything. I'm supposed to be doing everything. I have like a million talents. I'm supposed to be like hitting it from all three corners. Like yeah, And then with my with my north node being in Aries, I'm supposed to be doing things independently and being okay with that. And not feeling like I have to have, others' validation or approval or a big family or a big this, big that. All the things that I want is like, no, you are not here. It was a key point that this book said. When I woke up yesterday, around 3 or 4, and I was reading, and I was like, oh, I gotta make this post about this, that. And I started laughing, and I was like, damn, should I do that? I'm always trying to help and encourage. And I feel like, I get support and stuff from people. I'm not online to get support, but, I get support, but I do get like a lot of negativity. And a lot of negative feedback, and it fucking makes me mad. It pisses me off. It's like, damn, people don't have to get online to encourage nobody. So when people do get online to encourage other folks, it's like, don't like hit them back with negativity. Don't say something negative. Like, if you tell somebody, this post, and you say all this positive stuff, and at the end, a word is spelled wrong, and people constantly saying their word is spelled wrong. You know you spelled the word wrong. It's like, Negro, excuse me, what about all the encouragement? If that's what you took away, then that means you negative as hell. And I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that. So I've been, I was going back and forth in my mind, like, does it even matter? It was like, you don't even do this for other people. You do this for yourself. You encourage yourself. You feel better, and then you share it because you're like, well, if somebody else might hear, they might feel better too. If somebody else is struggling, I'm like, so stick to your origins, right? Anyway, so I was making this post about Aries. That's what the series is going to be about. Aries in not Chiron Aries, North Node in Aries, and what that means, because that's a hard node to have. And I have a lot of stuff in Aries. My Chiron is in Aries. My North Node is in Aries. I think my Saturn is in Aries. So I had to go through hell and high water, flood, a lot of shit to get to my later in life where I see the fulfillment, which is now. And I can see that I see the fulfillment. So I started making this picture of this Aries ram and the stars. And I was like, yeah. Then I ended up on something else, and I made the best art I've ever made in my whole life yesterday. Like, it made me cry. It was so great. I was so impressed with myself. I couldn't believe my eyes. But that's what happens when you separate yourself from the world and spend time with yourself and go within and really focus and pay attention. You can bring out things that you just wouldn't imagine, But and that's also what my node says that I'm supposed to do, right? But this was a point it said that I thought was so good. It said, so like in your past life, how you were, whatever you were doing, and then you came here on that same, it's like your last life, you was stepping with your left foot and your right foot was stepping into your new life. So you stepped with the right foot into your new life, you still was that old person. You still was that, and you mastered it. So now you here, you put that other foot down, it's like, okay, all that stuff worked out real good, but guess what? It's different. It says, in past lives, this system worked very well. If you put on, let's say you had 2 left feet. You had 2 left feet, so you had 2 left shoes, and that's how it went. So in the last life, the system worked very well. But the present incarnation is not set up to work this way. The present incarnation, you have a right and a left foot. So that means you can't wear 2 left shoes no more. You know what I mean? It's like you got a right one and a left one. It's a whole different way to walk, a whole different way to look at things, a whole different everything. And if you don't know this stuff, which a lot of us weren't privy to, you just be walking around with 2 left feet in the world like something's wrong, something ain't right, stuff ain't working out, I don't understand. Stuff is happening, I don't get it. It's like, oh my, when you learn this, it makes your life so much easier, and mentally it frees you, and you understand everybody and all the stuff. You know what's so funny? My son, my only child, his nodes are the opposite of mine. His north node is in Libra, and his south node is in Aries. So we are even here to experience different things, like totally, and do totally opposite things. Whereas we could really help each other with that, and I think we did, like in the past. But when we understand the ones around us, and first, once we understand us and our natal chart and what we have to do, what we are, then we can understand the people around us. If they have a natal chart too, and they have nodes too. And the Chiron being in retrograde, it affects every sign. Everybody got a sign. It affects every sign. There's a Chiron in Sagittarius, Chiron in Cancer, Chiron in this, Chiron in that. It affects everybody, So I think that's what really, really keeps me going now, is having all this new information. And I'm actually excited about it. I wake up excited, a little bit more with purpose. I've read a lot, learned a lot, I've received a lot, channeling and downloads and all that. We all do that all the time. And then to be able to experience it, and then to go back on it, and then reread and rethink and be like, oh, I really see how this works, and then share it with others, full circle. It just makes it worth it, and it makes it nice. So I don't care about the negative people, but them, I don't care, because everybody has their time. And when you get tired of your own damn self, you will stop sabotaging your life and stop making excuses and stop being lazy as fuck and stop all that. People will stop that stuff to it. But I feel like this, everybody who puts out information, who shares, is always there for the person who needs it when they need it. And that's why I encourage people to share and to share their story, to be encouraging, all that kind of stuff. And I guess the negative people have to be there too, so that other people can be like, okay, that's an example of what I don't want to be. That's an example of no. And judging people and all that kind of stuff, it's like, everybody's supposed to do this journey on their own pathway, however they want, and they're going to lead, live through it, and they're going to end up where they end up. We all are a letter in the alphabet, A to Z. We all A trying to get to Z. So, people say meet people where they are. You can meet people where they are, or you ain't going to meet them at all. That's fine too. It's all good. You just can focus on yourself. Sometimes you have to just focus on yourself and do what you got to do. So me having a chance to have some downtime is great because now I can really start to smell the roses and appreciate all the stuff that I'm doing. Making music, making songs, and like, which is wild, writing lyrics, wild, making beats, wild. So I can sit downstairs and work on my art while I listen to my music, and then I cook me some grand dinners, and I water my plants that's everywhere, and I see all my decorations, and it's like, just stop and stare and look around and be like, wow, I'm really living how I said I wanted to be, what I said I wanted to do, and now I can see the path that I'm going to take, to finish out this life. I don't mean like next week or nothing, but I see what's next, and I got a plan for this year, then for this or that, so it's kind of just like bringing it all full circle, because getting on the spiritual journey and doing the wake up thing, it is not easy. Sometimes you feel like crazy as hell, and it is wild. It will test your everything, but you can make it through it. And now I be watching Star Trek like the same ones over and over all the time for 10 years, and I get new meanings out of them all the time because it's like these people was telling us stuff and saying stuff a long time, and we ain't had no clue. I ain't had no clue, but I was attracted to it for a reason, and I chose this for a reason. We choose our bodies, we choose our everything, we choose our path. We do it all, and so I guess, like I said, once you know that and you learn, it makes life easier. I have crystals everywhere. I have crystals in the bed. I have them everywhere. Under my pillow, you name it. I do all the spiritual stuff, and I'm balanced with it all. I jumped in, did everything, and now I can incorporate it all into my life regularly and just be at peace, So, yep. I just thought I would share that. And I'm going to get ready for the series. And I have a couple of dreams that I recorded and talked about. One dream was with Jay-Z, which was really weird, but it was great. And then another one, the one I had today, it was just funny. I don't even know what that was about, but it was funny. So yeah, I feel like I'm ready to keep it going, keep it growing. Really work on my art. And I'm a writer, so I've been, I write a blog every Thursday. So today will be my second series, and I got a website on Medium.com, so I'll be able to share all my work there. Then I can share my blogs on my art page. So yeah, I have a lot going on, a lot to keep me busy, which is great. I don't have no time for boredom because I get bored real easy. I could just finish doing something and be like, damn, I'm bored. But that's that bigger consciousness that we are, stuffed in these little bitty bodies, But no time for boredom, no time for loneliness, no time for depression, stress, anxiety, no time for none of that stuff. Because, when your mind is idle, then it's time for those things to creep in. And it's like, no, because it blocks your vision of what you're really here for, how special you are, how amazing you are, how strong you are, and what a creator you are. And that's great. So I encourage everyone to keep on going, keep it moving, keep going strong. And I'm gonna post these things, and I'm posting that picture today of that ram I made. It is beautiful. So I'm still try to be as encouraging as I can, and I just bump the negativity, and that's that. So anyway, peace, family. I love you.